You're live.
Yes.
Smile for the camera. I don't think you're about 5 minutes early, right?
Yeah. There's one person on. I wonder who that person is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The red hair.
okay. Hi. You're the only one here so far. So you can actually talk to us right now. Alone.
Too late. 6 persons joined now.
Okay. Well, it's just a few. So they can talk to us right now. Did you find the presentation?
I think I did. Tell me if this is it.
This is the second one.
This is one thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yvette Thomas and Sharik Watson. Roy. Hi, welcome.
Hi, welcome everybody.
Yvette says, just browse and soon get back to you.
Just checking us out. Make sure we're here.
Hi, Marsha. Hi. Afternoon, Tracy. Her name is Tracy Ann Optimistic Howell. Mom, if you had to choose, was that an adjective? Describing word for yourself, what would it be?
An adjective.
Mm-hmm.
2 words. Powerhouse. Powerhouse.
Powerhouse. So it's Claudia Powerhouse Davis.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No pun intended on powerhouse.
Hi, Nicole. Hi, Rio. How was everyone's week?
We're at the end of May.
Oh, we are, yeah.
We're almost at the mid-year. I hope you all accomplish those goals that you set in January. Every year, everybody does that. We set these goals, and then I always hit those goals. The ones that I don't seem to be able to hit are the health goals.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think you don't hit them?
Because I'm focusing on too many other things.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, the brain only can focus on one thing at a time. That's what I discovered.
After 50 plus years.
Yeah. So it's like when you just meet a new guy and you're all over him.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't do the people that work.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to school, you can't study, nothing. This man just takes up your entire brain. You know what I mean?
Like you've been drugged.
Yes. And also, like, okay, you say you're having a baby or want to have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Takes up your entire world. Seriously, guys, the brain only focuses on one thing. So I know for a fact that if I'm to hit this health goal, I have to shelve the other stuff.
But on a serious note, Mom,
Literally.
you really need to hit your health goal, because without your health, what's the point of the other goals?
Yeah, what's the point of the other goals? But tell you that when you're up and walking, when you lie down flat on your back, then you get the message. But when you're up and
But you're not really up and walking, are you?
yeah, I'm up and walking. Still I walk. I'm not lying up on my back flat yet. I can't get up. When you lie up on your back flat and look up so and can't get up.
Mm-hmm.
You say, rotted.
I know, because right now you have a little ache and pain. If you take an ad video,
Good. Or if I don't eat flour. So that's what I discovered. If I slow down the flour or just eliminate it, I'm good.
Hi, Claudia. Oh, she has the same name.
Money.
Oh, so Ria wants to know what exactly is your health goal?
Boy, I'm going to tell you. My health goal is to lose 50 pounds. So I'm about 200 here now.
Mm-hmm.
So I really need to lose the 50 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But to lose the 50 pounds is going to take a monumental task out of me. It's going to mean seriously getting this exercise in. It's going to take me maybe about 2-3 hours out of my day, right?
To exercise?
Oh,
Nobody
yeah.
exercises for 2-3
Oh, yeah.
hours.
Tell that to the athletes and tell that to
Yeah,
the
but
movie stars.
You're not
and
an athlete or movie
it
star.
doesn't matter. That's the stage I need to get to.
But you need a trainer for that.
Right.
If you want to focus 2-3 hours.
I need a coach. I also need to get my eating in properly. I mean, I'm getting to the stage now where nothing works properly. It works, but not properly. That's what happens when you get over the hill of 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
You find that your B complex levels are low, your iron is too low, your calcium is too low. It's like, it's like your body not processing. So you're eating the same type of food,
Mm-hmm.
but your body is no longer able to assimilate this food and get it to the cells where it needs to get to.
Mom, you're 4?
5'4", yeah.
Right, 5'4". Persons are recommending that you start with the diet first.
I've started with, I started with the diet first. No, that is a hurdle. What you put in your mouth? Because the other day I did an experiment. So I've been doing these experiments to figure out what is putting me in pain. At first I thought it was oil. I said, all right. No vegetable oil and canola oil and fufu oil. I mean, not even know if I real oil.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm back off of that. Still had the pain. Then I thought it was sugar.
But so I don't get it. Like when you cut those type of oils, that means you stop your KFC.
Yeah. No.
You hesitate on
No. KFC, of course I use vegetable oil. I would imagine I use olive oil or coconut oil. So that's the challenge too. So when I find that I say, all right, no oil. But then when you're on the road, what you eat? Everything is vegetable oil. Some black oil and them cooked from last week. And still a fried chicken in there.
Your challenge is all the things that you love is made from the black oil. You need to find a restaurant who cooks your fried chicken in olive oil or coconut oil.
And then no. So I went from that, the oil. And I said, it's not the oil because I'm still in pain. So I went in for sugar.
Reason stop eat oxtail.
I can afford oxtail. Don't go there. $2,000 is monkey money. So it is oil, from oil to sugar.
Mm-hmm.
No sugar. But it's not the sugar. So I went to no sugar in the pineapple juice, no sugar in the orange juice. Look for the labels that have no sugar. Not the sugar.
She doesn't eat curry goat.
No, I don't eat curry goat.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went.
She literally only eats chicken and fish,
mm-hmm, yeah.
and the occasional pork.
Yeah, occasional stew pork. Though I don't like roast pork or jerk pork, and burn it up too much, man. So I went from oil to sugar. It's not the oil. It's not the sugar. I said, all right, it's the rice. So for a time I was eating the rice. But we realized when I didn't eat the rice, I lose the weight, but it still wasn't the rice because I was still in pain with the rice.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to, somebody said, Claudia, I think it's a flour. I said, okay, it's a flour. Let me do that. So I stopped eating the flour about a week and realized that the pain subsided. I said, hold on, is it really the flour? Anyway, the pain subsided now. And then, when was it Tuesday, me a Rambo a roll? Tuesday, me a Rambo go country.
Mm-hmm.
I had a patty. So I said, all right, I got a ackee patty and him eat ham and cheese patty and some other patty. By the following day, I was in a whirl of pain. I couldn't even move.
We also had Patty on the road with me that week.
And I patted over the Tony to that week. So I said, no, man, the flour. It is a flour. So I've now confirmed that it definitely is the flour. So yesterday what I did, I said, Tony just make me some ginger and turmeric water. So I basically had that the whole day. And it subsided the pain and all of that. And then today, I basically just had like breadfruit and what was it, mackerel? Breadfruit and tin mackerel today. And in the morning, I had a smoothie.
Oh, you know what we did with the breadfruit? Xander threw fish seasoning. You know those
Little
packets of fish seasoning in the breadfruit in the oil, and I fried the breadfruit in the oil, and it actually tastes good.
It tastes better than
season up breadfruit.
So it's a new recipe. Use it to everything. But it looked like it's a flour because yesterday my fingers, my joints, everywhere, I couldn't even walk yesterday. Was in pain. So that has subsided, and I deliberately didn't take any painkillers because I wanted to see if the pain would slow down with me just not having that. So definitely the flour products are out. It's tricky because festival and all that I like. So you're right. Started with that. So now that I've identified the flour, so my brain now needs to focus on not having flour. Now, I don't know about the rest of it, but in Jamaica, it is difficult not to eat things with flour, especially when you're on the road. The fried chicken, all fried chicken is flour.
Most of the fish
products, they batter it in flour.
Even the gravy,
even the soup, they put flour in the soup to thicken it. So it's like a no-no. So the only thing I can probably have on the road is jerk chicken. And some places that sell jerk chicken, like Scotches, will have breadfruit when they do have it, and sweet potato when they do have it, right?
Okay.
So I don't really have to eat the festival.
Right.
But
somebody said that you need to meal prep and then take your food on the road with you.
I'm not a cook. And I hate eating food that I carry on the road.
And I don't think people realize the hours that we work.
Yeah, and our hours are crazy. We don't have no time for that. No time. When we leave on YouTube, come on YouTube Live now, at 6 we have another meeting. At 5 a.m. tomorrow, we have another meeting. Meal prep is not for us. So it's either a couple of things though. It's either we hire a chef just to prepare the meals. But again, I don't really like carrying meals on the road. Right? My next option is to really find a restaurant that are around the place.
Vegan places are good. Like the one we went to the other day wasn't bad.
But I didn't like the food. You notice I didn't eat it up.
I know, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you, man. They gave us seasoned
You only
banana.
didn't enjoy it because there was no chicken there.
There was no chicken. So they made something. I don't even know the name, but it was green banana seasoned up as far as I'm concerned. I never liked that. What was the meat kind?
There was no meat. It was a vegetarian restaurant.
Yeah, what was it? What was the protein?
Okay, there was callaloo, there was bulgur rice with brown rice, then there was something with sweet potato.
Nothing, them never taste good.
I liked it.
So this is the thing.
Because I ended up eating yours.
Yeah, but I didn't like it. I mean, I don't know, appetite I don't know, it's not there yet. So I need to start with the food. But also what I've noticed, guys, in all my years coming up, and that's why I guess the creator make Adam and Eve. Because the truth is you can't do nothing by yourself. That's the truth. To make up a monumental change in anything or to produce anything of monumental value or something big requires a team, right? It requires help.
Yeah, because I mean, even look for real estate. I mean, one person can't build a house and it's just going to take forever.
Forever.
Yeah, a developer with a team can put up a whole development in 1 year.
Right. Somebody says use gluten-free flour.
That was like almond flour.
But then that requires me to cook. And I'm not into that. I never was a cook. I don't like cooking. It's probably why I'm not married either, because these men love women who can cook. And that's just not me.
Hi, Birdie. Good to see you.
Oh, Birdie's here. Hi, Birdie. Yeah, so the flour,
I don't mind cooking. What I do mind is the washing up afterwards.
Listen, if there was somewhere that's reasonable that I could just call and say, listen, deliver this, 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 and this, and it had no flour and it tastes good and whatever, I would just do that for the whole week. Put in the freezer in the mornings, eat it, then hit the road with juices and whatever. But I really don't like cook. I don't like carrying cooked food on the road. It just don't taste the same.
It's cold.
It's for one, and
You can have a heated thermos.
it's just not the same. It's not the same like when the food is just off the stove and it just get it in front of you right there, around the dining table. It's just not the same, guys.
I mean, how often do you do that?
Even if I'm sitting in front of a TV, it's just not the same.
Most of the times you're not doing that either. You pull over to the man, 71 fried chicken, put enough curry gravy on it,
and
then you each on the side where you park up with the food and you try and eat it.
While taking a million phone calls.
No dining table spread out in front of you.
Yeah, well, we'll start doing that on a Sunday now, thank God. But it's not the same. But I have to try. I'm gonna have to try because my fingers do feel a little better. Mm-hmm. My knee feel better having not had the gluten or the flour, whatever is it. Nothing wrong with the people in flour still, and I don't think so.
I know something wrong with you.
Something wrong with me. Because everybody I eat flour and them are right.
Like you said, some things popping down now after 15.
Yeah, right. So you know, I'm not doing the people in flour. So I don't have no problem with flour. Go and eat the food, the dump. I used to wax out 6 dumpling one time in a month. But you know what happened to me yesterday? So yesterday I was craving ackee and salt pork. First of all, I'm fly past the ackee place in Spanish Town. Portmore. Coming from Spanish Town, I should have made a right turn into Portmore and go to the ackee village and get the ackee. But I totally forgot. I come in still and say, all right, mostly somebody on the road that sell ackee. Nobody. I say, all right, I still have to pick up the corn pork and fry it up or whatever. Went to the supermarket. The corn pork is not the same either.
What do you mean it's not the same?
It's not the same as how I remember corn pork back in the day when I used to eat it. Or maybe it's how my father used to do it. And I used to fry it up and, it with the ackee and the onion and the garlic. And
but I don't get it. Do you know how to prepare corn pork?
No.
so it's not the same.
Not the same. So I started, when I tasted it, first of all, I forget to the corn pork salty. So that's another thing too. So I can't have too much salt. So I have to watch what I eat in the salt. And I found a nice snack today. There's a snack, a fried plantain snack that has a coconut flavor on it.
Okay.
0 salt, right? So I have to eat like plantain chips that don't have any salt. All the banana chips have salt, so I don't touch those. But the plantain chips, definitely I can have that as a snack. And I can have coconut water. Pineapple juice is 0 salt, guys. And for those of you who have the same salt issue, pineapple juice is a savior, no salt added. Orange juice, I add a little bit of salt. But every other juice there on that shelf, the cherry juice, this juice, that juice, kill you with salt.
I know, which is why I end up drinking like the whole gallon when you buy it.
Yeah. Pineapple juice and orange juice and coconut water. Those 3 juices I have now. And I occasionally have the cranberry juice and the grape juice, right? No salt added. So the other thing that hit me now, so I'm in the supermarket, I said, all right, corn pork, pick up corn pork still, but I'll pick up chicken back. Because I said, okay, if this corn pork don't work out, I can just fry up chicken back. I used to love fry up chicken back with onion in the ackee. But of course, I never have the ackee, so I roll the chicken back. When I reach home, more of the chicken back. Yes, first of all, when I was in the supermarket, I said, the chicken back, I look so. I look at the thing and I said, no, some you remember it, A long time I my chicken back retail like that, So, I come home now, I say, Tony, how does a chicken back I look so? When I take a stop. Now the chicken back off of so in the supermarket, they cut off the leg, the hip part and the breast part, call it boneless, charge a bag of money for that. So it is
take off the leg and call it drumstick.
Right. It is the cuttings from off the body part of the chicken. So they cut off them fleshy part there and leave the back, the bony back and whatever, and call it chicken back.
So isn't that chicken back?
Tony, me want the foreign chicken back. But it tastes nice. Ask anybody about the foreign chicken back when you fry it up.
What is the foreign chicken back?
It tastes really nice.
Because I looked at it, it looked like normal chicken back.
No, it don't look so much. The foreign chicken, first of all, the foreign chicken back come with, what I learned to know is the fact it never had no heap of fat.
Mm-hmm.
The foreign chicken back comes with a lot of fat.
Okay.
Right? So the fat, when you not even put the oil in the pot. You just make the pot hot, and then you just season up the chicken back, throw it in the pot. Okay. If you're going to do curry, then you do the same thing. So you have curry chicken back, but me did love fried chicken back. Mm-hmm. So when it fry up, man, you take it out, it's crispy and it's nice, and you kind of, I tell you, I was so disappointed in chicken back.
Maybe if you go to the wholesale, you get a real chicken back.
Yeah, I think so, the wholesale. But Tony Ann did bake the chicken back. So Tony Ann do something with it. What was that recipe, man? May I tell you, when she done bake, roll up a chicken back in some sauce or whatever, put in the oven, and put on some rice for me. Me and Xander wax it out. Chicken back. It tasted good though, I tell you. So, and of course the price was way reasonable, but I expected to get real chicken back, guys. Not that fake chicken back that's not real.
So what please enlighten us? What is mom talking about? Real chicken back?
Yeah, man, the older people know, man. Real, when we talk about real chicken back, I think that's imported into Jamaica, right? So Tracy wants to know how you get to start the process of getting a house. Tracy, that's the easy part. Once your mind is focused on getting a house, that's the real easy part. As I was telling my friend today, part of the challenge with people not buying a house is what we're going to come to in our presentation today. So Tony, let's get into it. Mm-hmm. So Tracy, I'll expound on it more for you. Tracy, optimistic, however.
Okay, so we're going here, right?
So now look, never find some chicken back in one of them wholesale.
I hope you find it.
No, that my mindset on it. I hope they have it. No, but we used to do, they must have it still. Because chicken back is something we used to do for dogs too. You cook up chicken back in the cornmeal, make turn cornmeal for the dog.
But the supermarket sells a section that's for dogs in there.
I wonder if I said it.
Maybe, I don't know.
And the supermarket you went to one bougie one too, so maybe.
maybe they don't have that there. Okay, so turn your phone on the show for me.
Sure, they're seeing it. Should get to the slideshow.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to the show,
I'll get to it.
All right, welcome everybody. Hi, I'm Claudia. I'm a real estate broker in Jamaica, and
it's not charging.
This is Tony Ann. She's also a real estate salesperson in Jamaica. Oh, it's plugged up behind you. It's plugged up behind you.
Okay, yes, it's off.
We're just having a technical challenge with another piece of equipment. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, those are numbers if you need to reach us. All right, so your motto for this week. Resistance is not a peripheral opponent. Resistance arises from within. It is self-generated and self-perpetuated. Resistance is the enemy within, by Stephen Pressfield. So resistance is not a peripheral opponent. Resistance arises from within. It is self-generated and self-perpetuated. Resistance is the enemy within. So,
what does that mean?
What you think it means? Somebody tell me what you think it means.
We cause our own blockage.
So let's say the first sentence. Resistance is not a peripheral opponent.
I mean, peripheral is around us.
Right. So it's not an opponent that is on the outside, all around you. It's not. Mm-hmm. So they just say resistance arises from within. So it comes from within you. It's not on the outside. It's on the inside. Understand?
Yeah.
So,
But resistance to what? Any form of resistance?
yeah,
It's from within.
yeah. Any form of resistance. So somebody could say to you, Tony, why don't you wash the dishes every evening? And you say, Chama, I can't bother. Chama, I soon get to it. You resist.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Somebody might say, Tony, why don't buy a house already? You say, boy, I'm that busy, I do this, and boy, I'm not even need a house to live in here. And you find a bag of excuse.
Oh, I'm still saving.
You're right. You're resisting the thought or whatever it is that they're trying to tell you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So resistance arises from within. It is self-generated and self-perpetuated, meaning what? Yeah, it's self-generated, meaning it's generated from you. You yourself from within generate it.
Create the resistance.
Starts it, create it, feed it. And it is self-perpetuated. So you keep perpetuating it, feeding it, giving into it.
Giving it life.
Giving it life and body.
And freedom.
Right.
Take over.
Mm-hmm. Resistance is the enemy within. Now, one of the reasons why when you jump on my channel, I start you off training, and anybody who I mentor and all of that, we have to do a lot of mind work because that is really where the challenge is. No.
Challenge is not buying a house.
No. Who asked me about buying a house? Was it somebody asked about buying a house? Or you start buying a house? To buy the house is the easy part. It's not difficult to buy a house. Buying a house is like buying a shoes or walking in the hardware store and buying a window. It's easy. 1, 2, 3, nothing difficult. Nothing is going to stop you from buying a house but you. Mm-hmm. You are the one who will resist buying a house. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? I've shown a lot of persons' properties. And they come, oh, the bedroom too small. When you finish listening to them, I'm like, hold on. The living room too small. So I usually ask, what is it small for? Oh, my living room chair can't hold in here. So I have a king size bed. My next question is, are you buying this house for yourself or for the furniture? I usually start to laugh. Really, you buying it for yourself or for the furniture? Because I cannot believe you would come here and say the house is too small because your furniture cannot hold in there.
I remember we had a client who they had to sell all their furniture to finish pay for the closing costs and stuff for the house. So they were like, boy, Miss Davis, I'm not going to move into my house, you know. I just going to step in with a suitcase.
Step in. Right. Yeah. The person had it right. Because you already work on them brain. You have to understand that there's nothing around you. The government not stopping you from buying a house. Inflation not stopping you. Your husband probably not stopping you. Maybe him, yeah. But if you really want to buy it, you don't need it. You go ahead.
What I realized that a lot of men don't have any opinions either way on the house, right? As long as you, the woman, want the house.
Yes.
So if you say, baby, I want the house, it's like, okay. All if you don't really like it, yeah, it's say okay. Because he just wants to be where you are.
Yeah, he's gonna work with it. It don't matter what it is. He's gonna work with it. But the resistance arises from within, right? Now, we spend a lot of time talking about these things, like we talked about inflation for 2-3 weeks, was it? What else did we talk about? What was the other word, guys? One was inflation, and the one before that was what? Somebody remind me. Because it's really your mindset that you need to get correct for anything at all, not just buying a house. It could be you wanting to have a child. It could be you wanting to get married, to go to university, to finish some CXC subjects, to get your child into a good school. It could be anything, right? It is your mindset that determines how successful you are. Nothing to do with the prime minister here, or even your peer, or even what's going on down the road. You understand what I'm saying? It all starts with you. Everything starts with you. So I always, everything starts with me. I have to have the mindset. I have to have the desire. I have to want to do it. And I have to not put up a resistance. So when somebody calls me and say, Claudia, come follow me down the road. I want to go look on a piece of land. Me run go follow them.
Yeah.
Me not put up no resistance. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know that when I jump in that car or we walk down the road, I am going to see other opportunities in front of me. And the only way I would see it is if I don't resist and stay in my house. So when Tony said, Mom, so I saw selling up up on the room. I said, where it is? And she said, you know, say just there stone there. I said, all right. I go when I finish this, I go up, I go look. I'm not resisting. I'm going with the flow, everybody. Going with the flow. So resistance is the enemy within. And we learned that inflation is the number one enemy. We learned that last week.
So inflation is the outside enemy and resistance is the inside one.
So Doreen says, hi Claudia. Kenrick says, it's better or easier to get a mortgage with the bank. You banning with the what?
With the bank you're banking with, or to shop around.
Anyone will give you the loan. Back in the day, they used to want it to be a preferred saver with the bank. Mm-hmm. Not anymore. Any single bank now will give you the loan.
Okay.
And then they will open the account for you. So that's what they do, right? I find people say they want a house but put forth no effort and complain for years until them own. If you really want something, you will do it. Exactly. They resist and they resist because what? They don't want it. Most time it's a spirit of fear that is preventing them.
Mm-hmm. But I don't get it. What is the fear of? Why is there a fear for home ownership?
Yeah. Somebody said I must eat quinoa and cauliflower rice.
Oh. I remember you tried to eat quinoa one time.
Don't taste good. But so guys, remember, resistance. When you resist, you know, so your husband said to you, say, okay, let's go to the North Coast for the weekend. Right away, you say, no, sir. Me have to iron. Me have to do this. Me have to do that. You know, leave you no space. You start resist long time. You understand what I'm saying? He says, let's go out to dinner. You can't find 2 hours to go to dinner.
I know. It's like my sister invited me to the movies on a weeknight late. And like my first thought was to resist. And then I was like, you know what? The only time we spend time together now is when we're watching the kids together.
Yeah.
So let me just go and do this.
Right. And I remember them calling me too, but I don't resist because I've trained myself not to. I just fall into whatever program it is that they're doing. You know what I mean? But then I've trained myself that way. So you need to train yourself that way. Do not resist. So you're at work and the boss says, oh, you know, I need you to help me to do this and to do that, or I'm giving you something extra to do. Do not resist. That very extra work is, you're going to learn it, and you probably will take that knowledge somewhere else. Right? So you do not resist. They want to send you on some courses that are left field of what you're doing. That used to happen to me. I went on these random courses that had nothing to do with me being the telephone operator.
I know, but they shaped your entire career.
They shaped my, trust me, they did, guys.
And some of those teachings, I'll call them, is what allows you to be able to present now.
Yes, exactly. So therefore, resistance, do not. Right? So resistance is not a peripheral opponent. Resistance arises from within. It is self-generated and self-perpetuated. Resistance is the enemy within, by Stephen Pressfield. Well said, Mr. Pressfield. Now, procrastination then I'm leading into now. Procrastination is the habit of delaying an important task, usually by focusing on less urgent, more enjoyable, and easier activities instead. It is different from laziness, though, which is the unwillingness to act. Procrastination can restrict your potential and undermine your career. Got that from mindtools.com. So a lot of persons tend to procrastinate. So you want to buy a house, and you said that 2 years ago. And as someone just said, they don't take any steps. Them just putting on them brain, oh, I want to buy a house. And everybody them matter, oh, I want to buy a house, as if that can really help you. Right? You don't do anything. You procrastinate. The habit of delaying an important task, usually by focusing on less urgent. So you go sit in front of the TV like what I invariably do. Sit in front of the TV, boom, 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 Netflix, boom, 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 a Korean or one of them old show from them old time stars there.
Oh, it's called K-pop. K-pop is what you're watching.
What is K-pop?
Korean shows.
The Korean shows, right? I watch them because I like their culture. You know, I like them work ethics.
And their parenting.
And I like their parenting style. So it's a habit of delaying an important task, usually focusing on something less urgent, more enjoyable, and easier activities instead. So it is not laziness. We're not talking about laziness. Laziness are people who just get up and don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Them people are lazy, right?
Right.
So procrastination can restrict your potential and undermine your career. Somebody tell me how procrastination has influenced them, their life, and made them lose out on an opportunity just by you procrastinating. Lose out on an opportunity. Well, it happened to me since last week. Tony and I saw this cute little office space for sale. I was saying, went and looked at it too, you know. So first I procrastinated calling the agent, but then eventually I said, okay. Went and looked at it. Then they're beating around the bush, trying to figure out not taking the steps to see, okay, should I take this loan, go to the bank, what I need to do, nothing. Then when I called the lady, she said, God.
Yep, somebody else didn't procrastinate.
This was 2 weeks, guys. I could have beat myself. But I keep saying I'm in real estate and another opportunity will come, but I can tell you it won't.
It's going to be different.
From experience, it won't. It happened to me with a 10-acre farmland that I got to sell for $5 million back in the day.
With a river
behind it, with every fruit tree you can imagine. That's where I saw a nutmeg on a tree. I didn't even know nutmeg grew on a tree. And that's where I saw it. And I procrastinated. I procrastinated for all of 6 months. I mean, I could have called the owner, made a deal. I could have asked our vendor's mortgage. I could have done so many things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could have set up a payment plan with him 6 months in it.
Mm-hmm.
I could have set up a payment plan. I could have called other people. I could have called 10 people and said, come. Each one will come with 500,000. Well, come, I own this 10-acre farmland.
Mm-hmm.
I could have beat myself, and I have not been able to find any farmland like that.
Fruited with a river on a main.
On a main. Have not been able to. So I know it's not, when I miss out on something, it's not coming back.
And the thing too with real estate, especially land, there's no new land being made.
Mm-hmm.
And how a land looks is based on individual owners' investment into it. So
Yes.
that owner did a lot with his land, even though it looked like a little, but planting those trees took a lot. And it took years of them nurturing them to get them to the state that they were.
It even had a spring on it.
It had a spring on it. So it's when it comes to real estate, unless you're buying in a gated community where the developer did 1,000 of the same homes, it's very hard for you to find something very similar.
Because every land is unique. Yeah. So when it comes to the real estate, for one thing, I know you will hurt if you procrastinate. And you will hurt for years. Because if you hear the pain in my voice with this farmland, I still feel hurt because I caused it on myself. I procrastinated.
But you know, Mom, I know you're not going to want to hear this. But you have a little piece of land. Obviously, it's not 10 acres by a river. But you haven't taken any steps to put even 2 or 3 trees on it yet. What are you waiting on?
Again, procrastinating. Right? So, how do I feel about over leverage with using your own home to get another house? That one is a no-no. Cheesy, gully side. I don't even need to answer that one fully.
What?
Until I finish the presentation. How do you feel about over leverage with using your own home to get another house?
Oh, That's tricky.
That's tricky. Worse if you have a title in your hand. Tricky. Unless you really don't want a house, then you can leverage it.
Or the new property must be a real gem.
Yeah, real good. All right, let me stop looking at the chat and complete this. So, procrastination. All right, so you overcome procrastination. So that was the meaning. So to overcome the procrastination, tell you what I do. And this I learned this years ago again from a seminar that I did. Alan Life sent me on that seminar. So procrastination, you have to set up some goals. But the goals is not just any old goal and any old way when you set it up. Goals have to be set up in short term, medium term, and long term goals, right? Now, usually my goals are money focus, financial focus. So this is how I usually set it up. So for short term goals, 1 to 60 days, I know that I have to do a reno for a client, so I get paid in 60 days, a little reno. Or I get a rental listing if I want to be paid in 1 to 60 days. If I want to have money in my pocket in 1 to 60 days, I have to start a little baby reno or get a rental listing, right? For medium term goals, 22 months to 1 year, I have to take a seller's listing so that that house can be sold in 3 months and I can get the money 6 months later or within the 365 days, which some of these listings, that's what it takes. Or I could take a small renovation or build up a small house, right? Long-term goals, I know I need to take a course of study. So just the other day I did a course of study. I went to level 3 building construction. That took a whole of a year. And I just finished Team Jamaica course, which is a course about Team Jamaica. So Team Jamaica is a tourism development product company course that teaches the whole history of Jamaica and how the tourism industry works and all of that. I tell you, it was a really eye-opening course for me. Course is only 8 days, did it online with a lady called Dr. Lemonius. Those of you who want the link, you want to do the course. It's a real eye-opener. We talked about the history of Jamaica coming right up. A lot of things I didn't know. I realized I have some gaps in my knowledge.
Haven't been here your entire life.
Maybe because I wasn't paying attention in school.
No, I don't think we learned it in school.
Or they just didn't teach it. But we're not the school. I will probably say I didn't learn it. I wasn't astute enough. Or I wasn't a good student. But take a course of study. So I know I have to do that. So once a year I have to do that. Because it has to be part of the long-term goal. Because what you study now is what you're going to use down the road. You don't know when, you don't know how, but you're going to use it, right? It's going to help you. I remember I did a course with Faye Ellington, which was voice and speech, right? That course still helps me today.
It's helping you right now.
Right, it's helping me right now. Voice and speech, that's a course. And that was years ago. Also, for long-term goals, I need to mentor, train, teach, meet with buyers. So I have to do that. I also have to do a land subdivision, do YouTube videos. So those are long-term things that I have to do all the time to satisfy financial long-term goals. Now, you need to pick a goal. So whatever your goal is, so let's just say Tonia's goal is to have a baby. What would be a short-term goal, 1 to 60 days that you need to do in 1 to 60 days?
Take my vitamins and minerals and do my lab tests.
All right. But even before that, you need to identify a doctor.
Yeah.
Right.
Which took a while to find, but I did. When I sat down and focused on it,
right,
it came to light.
Right. And a medium-term goal would be, if you're focusing on having a baby,
saving.
Those
costs can surprise you.
Yeah. So in the medium term, this is 2 months to 365 days. Tony says savings. You could also add to that a sponsor.
Not sponsor.
This is a sponsor now for financial help too.
Yeah, that's true.
Could be a sponsor to give the sperm donation. Right. I won't be a long-term goal. 1 to 5 years.
Saving.
Savings too. Our long-term goal could be if they identify any health issues, what needs to be done.
I thought those health issues would have been the short term 60 days,
Yeah,
but it did take a year,
right.
almost two, because
Almost two.
after we found the initial problems and then developed other problems that needed to be addressed.
Right. So so that's it. So you have to break up these things into short term, medium term, long term. You do the same for any goal. So if the goal was to go to university, if the goal was to get married, if the goal was whatever it is, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So as I told you, my goal is mine is usually financial. I don't know. I need to set some health ones and get with it. So today, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So my short-term goals today, 10 a.m. I need to pick up a closet door from Phil's Hardware to complete a small renovation. Remember I said short-term to get paid, right? Register a friend from my MyPay account, short-term. All right. So medium, 9 a.m. show I buy a townhouse listing for sale. I did that today, and I think I have a sale, everybody. I think I sold that property today.
Nice.
So I'll know by tomorrow if I did that. So now that is 63, 65 days that I'm not going to get paid until
About
3, 4, 5, 6 months
down the road.
down the road, right?
Mhm.
Long term, 1 to 5 years, I need to do YouTube live at 3 every day because somebody from YouTube live is going to call me 3 years from now. Miss Davis, I need you to sell this house for me, or I need you to do this for me,
Or I'm ready to buy.
Or I'm ready to buy, right? So
I like when I get those calls. So like, Miss Davis, I've been watching YouTube and I did what you said and I saved up the deposit.
Right.
And I got my pre-approval letter and now I'm ready. I love those phone calls.
Yeah. Those ones just make your day, right? 6 p.m. this evening, I have a meet with my team to complete briefing for period at 5 a.m. Monday morning with a software developer. So I have a meeting at 5 in the morning with a software developer. But at 6 this evening, I have to meet with the team to complete the brief, right? Then at 6 to 7 a.m. start a YouTube live presentation. So this morning is when I actually started to write this presentation at 6 to 7. And then 11 to 12 noon is when I actually completed it. Well, not quite, because Tony quarreled the whole time because she didn't want to take up something else that I didn't complete and finish it. But I tell you. So everybody, you have to set your to-do list. That's how you beat procrastination.
Oh, you know what else I learned?
Mm-hmm.
I read this book. I can't remember the author's name, but the book is called Eat That Frog.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a to-do list,
mm-hmm.
it says do the hardest one first.
Right.
Now, these are to-do lists for just one day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, writing your presentation was probably the hardest one on your list.
No, it was the easiest one.
It was the easiest one? What was the hardest one on your list?
The driving.
The driving?
Yeah. The driving. Plus the hardest one now is a 6 o'clock meeting to go figure out this software before the software developer.
That shouldn't be too hard of a meeting. There's 3 of us in that meeting.
Yeah, but my brain have to work in those meetings. Can't just lazy it out. Not do something. So I find whatever I put on the paper tends to be what I do. I don't do the hardest. I do the most important for the day. So I don't do the hardest, right? So if the software developers meeting is the most important, that's on the paper. You understand? Because other things might be hard to do, but they're not important to me. It'd be important to somebody else, but not somebody else. It's important to them, their side of the team.
I don't get it. So why is it on your to-do list if it's not important?
That's what I'm saying. I only put on my list what is important,
right?
Not what is difficult.
Okay.
You understand? It can be difficult, but not important. Right. So for tomorrow, my short term for tomorrow to make money in the short term is to visit an apartment in Stony Hill for rental. I have to do that.
That's for tomorrow?
That's for tomorrow.
So I'm doing that with you?
No, tomorrow I'm just checking the electrical tomorrow.
Okay.
And then
I don't have it on my list.
tomorrow to medium, I have to call the survey and request an ID for a survey ID for a client. Visit a store to choose quartz countertop to complete a kitchen. Find a 6-feet cabinet to complete a bathroom rental. send my pay account to a client to send funds for survey and architect, drive to a new land listing in Belvedere to do video and pics. That one you're supposed to be doing with it.
And I don't think I can do that with you tomorrow,
So,
but I'll see.
So your to-do list must be set up in the short term, medium. So remember, my goal is financial. How much money I must make in whatever time. So therefore, I have to do this. So my long-term meeting, I have a meeting 5 a.m. tomorrow with the software developers. Meet with a client to complete application for Palmetto Pines. So I'm meeting with a buyer for Palmetto Pines, guys. So we've actually started, right? Collect blueprints for a new subdivision, get survey and engineer to stamp and resubmit. So that's already in the system. I just need to make some changes. Visit the courthouse for a day to complete removal of a restricted covenant on an approved subdivision. So this subdivision was already approved. I have to move a restricted covenant. Now I have to go visit the courthouse to get a court date. Can you imagine? Now that's important because if I don't get the date, we cannot move forward, guys, right? And if I don't meet with the client to complete the application, I cannot be paid 1 year down the road when the developer ready to
hand over
the money. And if I don't meet with these software developers, I can't get my business digitized, which is what I'm really trying to do. All right. I need to contact a surveyor to do a TOPA survey for a new OT subdivision. Now, if I don't do this part, new OT subdivision, then in 4 years down the road, I'm not going to get any pay because I won't have no subdivision to sell. Right? And I still have to go look at some land in Old Harbor for possible new subdivision. So if I don't look at things that can come on the books for possibility new subdivision, after I'm done do subdivision one next year, the next one the following year, and the other one, I'm not gonna have none for coming in the pipeline. So do you understand what I'm saying, guys? Procrastination, to beat it, you have to do your to-do list. Right? So remember what the goal is. So Tony, if your goal is this baby thing, then you still have to every day schedule what you're gonna do. Sometimes it's just to make a phone call.
I know, like I have a phone call to make, 2 phone calls to make tomorrow on the same thing.
Right.
Because I have to set up appointments to get testing done.
Right. And you also had to do medium term to get the sperm here. So that when the testing is finally ready and it's ready, the sperm is here.
Right.
So you see, guys, it's a whole you have to think ahead. So you can't be thinking about, I hear them say the Chinese have them 100-year plan. Right? But you can't be thinking just today now. You have to think as far as 5 years down the road.
5 years down the road. Yeah.
Especially if the goal is financial. That much I can tell you. You're going to be successful, not by chance, but by design. So you have to design the success. I want you to remember that. Last week I said, do not follow the price, follow your pocket. This week I'm saying, you're going to be successful, not by chance, but by design. You have to design your success. So whether that success is purchasing a house, going to university, having a baby, getting a job promotion, whatever it is, you have to design it. It's by design, right?
And what I realized that life, for the most part, is not unique.
No, it's not. Repeat it.
Just rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat.
So if you do the steps that you're supposed to do, then the success or whatever it is that you're aiming for will happen.
Yeah.
Like a client called me the other day and they're purchasing a property and there's just been some small roadblocks, I would call them. And I said to her, why are you purchasing this house? Because I need somewhere to live. I need somewhere to have in a retirement so people don't run me out. I need to make sure that my daughter grows up in her own house.
Okay.
Right. So I said to her, so if that is where you're trying to get, why is this small problem of calling a surveyor to do a private survey on the property challenging you? Just make the phone call. Have the survey at the property by Monday or Tuesday. I'll accommodate him and get it done. Don't make this small glitch here be an issue.
Right. You have to keep the goal in mind. You have to remember what is the ball, what is the goal, and keep it moving
Yeah.
towards the goal. What happens is that a little glitch comes, as Tony says, you start to procrastinate, you start to even doubt yourself, really.
I know, because
Why did I start this? I mean, why did I even embark on this thing? But I always say, run to the end, run it to the end,
yeah.
and you'd be surprised. You may not get the house, but you're gonna get something else. You're gonna get something else. As Latoya will tell me, yeah. Some day I never get the house, but you know something? I'm glad I did the journey. Because no one understands. She understands certain things now, and she know where the hitches are, whatever, and how she can overcome them. And she start the journey. So,
and what you'd realize too is once you start the journey, if you don't give yourself the procrastination and the roadblocks, people are there to help you along the way.
Yeah. The creator never send you here by yourself.
Right.
So,
but once you start resist, they start resisting as well.
Well, yeah, you have to open up and don't resist, kind of thing. Just let it flow, right? So Tony, you met Dwayne choke on him coffee now. Dwayne said, just choke on my coffee. Sperm donation. What?
Oh, that means Dwayne hasn't been on the journey with us then, man. We've been talking about this, what, a year now?
Maybe 2 years by now.
Yeah, maybe 2 years by now.
So we actually passed the sperm donation part, Dwayne. It's actually in the fridge.
Well, more than a fridge, but yes.
We'll pass that part though. All right, so where we now? All right, so I tell you, this is how you do it. Now, everybody, you're going to learn these things from me, but it's who act. And I can tell you, for every one person who is here today, is only one person will act. That's the statistics. So let that one person be you. Right? Let the one person be you. I can tell you. That's the statistics, and it's true. Right? Well, on to the feature development, Palmetto Pines. So, Tony, you're going to... So we have a new presentation for you on Palmetto Pines. We've actually made some progress. The excavators are up. I love to see that part, Tony. So we have been scoping out the site, and every week we're there, every day we're there, visit the site. We're trying to familiarize ourselves with the map and where the lots will be and all of that. So we were there yesterday. Excavators have been up from last week, Monday actually. They even worked on Labor Day. And so we have some videos to show you of those coming up. But what we did, we also did a 3D video for you, because some of you would want to know what the kind of terrain it is. So you will be able to study. You'll be able to have the video. You can play it afterwards on your own. And you will be able to look at it. You can scope out the lots. You can also go to the website. You will see so we finally have the price now. You will see those, the price, the size of the lot, all of that. And by now, some of you would have driven to the location. I know, because they called me, asking for directions. So you would have gone and you would have looked at it. But as I say now, some of you looking somewhere to live and the Spanish Town would suit you, you need to start running. Remember, we spoke about inflation. When salaries rise, inflation runs with it. So whatever prices cities are now, some of you, your first impression will be, oh, Miss Davis, it's too dear, meaning it's too expensive, right? I said that about a lot of things, and when I go back, I'm like, what? Did you really sell? I'm used to the price now.
And this thing with the price increase, your salary increase, it's only a short window before the prices around it catches up. So you really need to take advantage of the next 3-4 months that you're earning this good salary, quote unquote.
In real estate. And once the price jumps for the National Housing Trust, they have an inflationary too.
Right.
They're inflationary. So once they have moved that price come July, when is it? July 1, I think it is. Once July 1 trips in, we're going to have a challenge there too. Prices would start to climb.
Right. And some persons are getting, what's it called? Retroactive.
So some of them are still waiting on that because I gather some bands of civil servants have not been paid yet.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the NHG trips in July 1. It's going to be inflationary, everybody. So if you're in the market for a house, or a piece of land to build a house, you really need to take advantage. All right, are you ready?
Not yet.
All right, let me see the questions.
Setting up. Okay, I think I'm coming up.
Ready?
I think so.
You need to go full screen before you start the video. Let me see.
Introducing a one-of-a-kind gated land subdivision. Welcome to a new era in living at Palmetto Pines, located on the outskirts of Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Traveling east from Kitson Town on St. John's Road, the Palmetto Pines gated community greets you with an inviting entrance. Imagine living among a new generation of property owners in a picturesque, secure community. Palmetto Pines offers in Phase 1 over 200 residential lots to choose from to build a home for you and your family. House lot sizes start at 3,000 square feet and the prices start at $6.5 million. Also included at the heart of this development are many amenities for your comfort. Like a children's play area for your little ones to grow, explore and thrive in their own secure environment. A jogging trail to get you started with your daily steps. And for those sports enthusiasts, Palmetto Pines will give you a competitive edge with access to your own basketball court, netball court, and tennis court. Also for our football lovers, why stay indoors and watch Saturday football when you can be outdoors enjoying your own football match on your very own Palmetto Pines 6-a-side football field? And there is more. A well-designed commercial complex commanding its presence on the St. John's Main Road. This will feature many retail shops, doctors' offices, a pharmacy, fast food outlet, a supermarket, and a gym, so that you can shop with ease and be close to the services you really need. Call us now today at 876-292-6776 and 876-370-8138, or visit the PalmettoPinesJA.com website. Make Palmetto Pines your future home today.
We're back.
We're back.
All right, so there you have it, everybody. Kenrick is asking, what is the area like? No, Spanish Town, or no Play Town, bad people place. Well, you're on the outskirts of Spanish Town. In Spanish Town, yes, they can have some fractions and all of that. But this is St. John's Road, which is actually on the outskirts. The first property I bought was actually off St. John's Road. I bought in a scheme called Fairview Park in Spanish Town, and I never regret buying that property. I bought it in 1990. I bought it in 1989, but I didn't get to move in until the January 1, 1990. And I lived there until 2002. So I lived there for 12 years, paid off the mortgage in 12 years, and managed to buy a piece of land back in Kingston and build a house and come back over. It gave me my start. I was 23 at the time. The thing with the real estate and investing, if you start early, you have a head start. Just like running a race. If you get a head start running, chances are you will win the race. So Spanish Town now have a lot of transportation. I mean, taxis stop at your foot. Back in them days, you don't know if I run up and down to get transportation. No problem with that. Certainly have a lot of schools. You have a A-class hospital in Spanish Town. But I know some of you who will buy this property will be traveling into Kingston. So there's also the highway that exits at the roundabout at Old Harbour Road right there. And then you can take the bypass, go on to Joe Lane, and then you will be on St. John's Road. Or you can come on Old Harbour Road, turn on Featherbed Lane, and you'll be at Old Harbour Road. I'm glad I didn't listen to anybody who said Spanish Town is bad and Spanish Town is this. Which I agree, because I bought Winter's Pen was behind me. They call it Winter's Park. But certainly them say it was a bad community. But funny enough, I never had any challenges. Living in the scheme and maneuvering myself in the scheme. And it wasn't a gated scheme. This scheme is gated. So you have fence all round. Just imagine. You have security posts at the front. Spanish Town turn up now. You know? As it says, you'll have the courts, the lawn tennis court. Can you imagine? I wish I lived in a scheme and had a lawn tennis court. I used to love play lawn tennis, and I forget about my knee and my hand them together, man. You told me I go back lick 2 ball, man. I remember I was tennis champion at Woolman's. So lawn tennis court, whoa. I wish I had that back in the day. Football, 6-a-side football field and all of that, right? No. Remember now that any subdivision is subject to certified escalation, and the price is subject to change without notice, and this one is no different. So the quicker you jump in and lock in at your price at 6.5, which is the start price for the 6,000 square feet, for the 3,000 square feet lot, sorry, the quicker you can lock in the price at the 6.5. The approvals are already in place. So we had the NEPA approvals June 30, 2021. That's NAA, sorry. So we had NAA approvals June 30, 2021. We had the NEPA September 2021. St. Catherine Parish Council October 2021. And the Real Estate Board gave their approval on August 2022. Now the developers are the Bellevue Estates Limited. Their dealer number is DV1796. You can go on the Real Estate Board website and find that. The Real Estate Marketing and Sales is myself, Claudia Davis, and my dealer license is BL0945. Also on the Real Estate Board website and find that. And the attorney on this one is Marina Connor for the developers. So ladies and gentlemen, I give you everything you need now to put in your application. We are on site mostly on a Saturday now. So you call us, I just know you're coming. Because our office is not yet on site. It's on site, but it's not positioned as yet. Because right now we're clearing the roads. So if you come on site with me, you will see where we've started clearing the roads. Just during this week, you see Tony bring out some drone footage showing you that we're now going down the road. So we're clear down Pathway Road number 6, and I think road number 8.
And 11.
And 11. So we started road 11, which if you look on the map, road 11 is running right behind the commercial. And we have cleared road 6, which is perpendicular, and road 8, which is perpendicular, partway, not all the way down. So that's what the excavators are working on, to clear the land so that we can start to demarcate the different lots. So those of you who are familiar with the map, jump on the map, call me and ask me. Now, this is not no scheme that have no view. So that's not what you must ask me. If it have a sea view, please don't ask me that. Also, I should tell you, those of you who will be buying the 3,000 square foot lots and up to 6,000, you will get some blueprints that you can choose from. 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, I think, and think up to 5 bedrooms too, if my memory serves me, that you can choose from to build. Those of you who want to build your own thing, 6,000 square foot and above, that's what you must choose. 6,000 square foot and above. But those of you who just want nice little 2 or 3 bedroom to live in, like myself here, you choose the 3,000 square foot lots. Those start at $6.5 million. So 2 of you can come together and buy. If one of you want to buy it, you need to back it up with a bank loan. Tony, do you want to put the link in there?
Yes, I can.
So you can put the CIBC. So you live in Jamaica, you want to back it up with a bank loan, because you know NHG is only giving you, want to give you 2.5 million. Come July 1, that 2.5 million will turn to 3.5 million. So if you take a 6.5 lot, you will basically only need a bank loan of 3 million or maybe 2.5 to back that up, because NHT will be giving you 3.5 come July 1. But I tell you, don't wait on July 1 to get your name on the list for one of these properties, because by that time, everybody in government get them increase, get them money, start run up and don't wanting to spend it, and you might just lose out. So you're on my live now, so you know it's coming, it's here. It's not coming. The ship is sailed. I sailed. Put it that way. We were in the docks before, but we have now sailed. So we want you on board. So come on board. You can go to the Palmetto's website, palmettopinesja.com website. That website has an application form and everything. You can call us if you don't understand how to do it. You can come into our offices. It's called myself or Tonian. You can come into our offices with your documentation, and we will help you to make the application. All right. So we either be in Kingston at our offices, or we be on site, on the site, when we have set up the offices on the site, which I'm hoping should be maybe just 2 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping. But don't wait on that. Just jump in. As I tell you, tomorrow I'm with a client signing her up for one of these. And another couple of persons have already sent in their applications. So you see, people not procrastinate.
No, they're not.
And they're not resisting.
They're not.
All right. You want to, what's next on the slide? Okay, so I need to, my government, so I'm looking at Factories Corporation for today and Housing Agency of Jamaica. Some of you are familiar with Housing Agency, so let me go to Factories Corporation. So Annalicia Francis wants to thank us. She says, thank you for your help with the book club, The Richest Man in Babylon, and Think and Grow Rich. Reading them helped me start a new business. Yes, and Alicia, that's what we want to hear. Thank you so much for letting us know that it helped you. It certainly helped me, especially Richest Man in Babylon back in 1988 when I read that book, which was why I decided to introduce it to everybody, because I really think that book should be in the schools. But I guess I don't want you to think to get rich anyway. I don't think I'm wanting to get rich. So when you're ready for the house, let me know, Annalicia.
Okay.
There are no views available at 6.5. Sophia. So this development is on the outskirts of Spanish Town. So we're inland.
Yeah, but there's view we can view the mountains too, but the land is relatively flat.
Flat. If you look on the video, you will see that some of the lots are elevated. So some of those elevated lots, you can see the plains of Spanish Town and different houses and so on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. If you want an elevated lot, you have to look at that 3D very closely. Or look at the map. The contour lines are there. Some persons can read that very well. So this is Factories Corporation of Jamaica. Is it? Yes. So where's the top of the Factories Corporation of Jamaica? Let's look at both. All right, so about us, the Factories Corporation of Jamaica, they hold a lot of real estate in Jamaica, for Jamaica. All right, so let's look at the company. So those of you not familiar with this company, Factories Corporation of Jamaica. Last week we did the UDC, Urban Development Corporation. Those of you who missed it, you can go back and look at that video or go to the website, UDC, and you will see what it is that they hold for Jamaica. You can invest like Duns River Falls. If you want to rent shops in Duns River Falls, you go through UDC for that, right? So Factories Corporation of Jamaica, the drivers of the government of Jamaica's economic and job creation. Their mission to be financially strong and dominant provider of industrial, commercial, and office space. So if you want commercial, industrial, and office space, you can rent it from them. They have a board of directors, right? 11 members on the board. And they also have a vision, which is to satisfy customer needs and enhance national development by providing quality commercial space profitably. This is achieved through the development, leasing, and management of industrial properties island-wide. So those of you who want to be into manufacturing, Factories Corporation is where you would look to go to rent space for that kind of a thing, right? Factories Corporation, as it says. All right. So they're doing quite a number of things at the Factories Corporation of Jamaica. It was incorporated under the Companies Act 1987, fully owned by the Jamaican government, right? So you can go ahead and look at what it is that they have. But let me just show you their properties. So go on the properties, you can go to properties and you go to divestments. So divestments, of course, is what them giving away. All right, so Tony can read that for me, kind of fine.
The government of Jamaica has mandated that the Factories Corporation of Jamaica divest 15% of its non-performing assets to supplement the government debt reduction strategy. FCJ has identified 58 properties for divestment. The combined total value of the properties identified for divestment in Schedule A and B is approximately 3.1 billion, or about 33% of FCJ's total property portfolio. Accordingly, the corporation should be able to satisfy GOJ's requirement for the disposal of 20% of its total property portfolio from the properties highlighted in the green in the Schedule A and B.
All right, so those of you who are interested in purchasing commercial property, this is where you would probably want to look to see what it is at the government, what they have. So they have something on Slipe Road, Marcus Garvey Drive, Colondon, which is Westmoreland, Gibraltar Estate, Hague, Horton Court, all over.
They put the price? No?
That's the thing with them, you know. Them government people, they don't like put price. I don't know why. Why they don't like put price?
You just go back. And they're mostly vacant lands.
Yeah. Mostly vacant lands.
Oh,
and
they took some pictures.
They give you some pictures too and telling you where them is, right? Mm-hmm. So they have those for divestment and they have also leases. So if you want to lease space for your business, Maypen, Marcus Garvey Drive, which is, I think, is Factories Corporation. Torrington SIC. I don't know that one. St. James. So they have space all over, guys. So you can look on this website and learn what it is they have. Duke Street, license, all over. All right, Tony. So let's get to Housing Agency of Jamaica.
Okay.
So Housing Agency of Jamaica is a government agency that sells real estate. They mostly sell residential real estate. So you probably would want to look at their offerings as well. So what do they have selling now? What do they have selling now? So no selling. I like that banner. I own a piece of Jamaica.
Oh, Sandown is starting to sell.
Long time. Sandown Parks, that's in Portmore. Townhouses.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be selling Edmond Regional Phase 2 and 3. What's the price?
19.2 million.
19.2. Started selling. Detached houses and row houses. Oh, some Montego Bay, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they have started. So if you're interested in the Montego Bay area, you can check out this scheme, right? These are the houses. All right, everybody. I think that brings us, to the end of the presentation. We can jump out of that. We need to start taking questions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me start taking the questions. Read the questions so I can start.
Okay, so from the top.
Oh, by the way, thank you for listening to the presentation, everybody. Hope you learned something and you will change your behavior. That's the only way you're going to really succeed. Remember, success is by design, not by chance.
Also is home ownership.
No man, some people get deadlift. Although them not really own it, you still have to make some steps to own it.
Yeah, like deadlift don't just work like that.
That's question.
Going through. Rio was saying that you need to portion your food and no junk food and juice. Drink your water and meal prep.
Yeah, I'm trying. See, this is why I'm drinking water now.
Water don't taste the same though. Okay, I'm looking for the questions.
You're scrolling too fast, so you answer the question and you scroll so fast.
Okay, so Kendrick asked, how do you start the process of getting a house?
Kendrick or Tracy?
Tracy, sorry.
How do you start the process of getting a house? Okay. First, you have to determine how much money you have in your pocket.
Or access to, might not be in your pocket.
How much money you can have access to. That's really what determines what you buy in real estate.
And how quickly you can get started.
Mm-hmm. So, usually you look to see, okay, am I going to take a loan? So if you're going to take a loan, then you would need to start to get to the financial institutions, right? If you're employed, you get your payslip, your job letter, you send it to them, let them give you an idea of how much they will lend you. You look to see how much money you have in your pocket, meaning in your bank accounts or you have access to, as Tony says. Sometimes you don't have no money in your bank account. But you can call up two people. Hey, daddy, I buy a house now. How much you can lend me or send to me or give me? You're friend to see how that work.
Mm-hmm.
One client since week told me she couldn't believe it worked. But it worked.
Yeah, it does.
Right? I'm telling you, it works. I've done it. It works.
And not only that, too, the average person out there likes the idea of home ownership, and they like helping.
They like helping.
Right. And especially if they're related to you,
Yeah, man.
It's not everybody in your family trying to fight you down. Persons in your family genuinely want to help you succeed. Right?
Because they know why I come back no catch.
Exactly.
So they're not going to help you. Right?
Yeah.
They're going to help you. So you just have to find them. Friends, family, sometimes people you just meet. When I bought my first house, I just met Richard and him co-signed the loan. I never knew him for no time.
Right.
Right? So you have to step out. Once you step out, the universe opens up and helps you. That's how it is. Trust me, it works. The universe literally is like the creator opened up the sky and send showers of blessing. That's just how it works, everybody. You just have to step out there. This is what you want to do. If it means talking to 100 people, that's what you do.
Yeah.
So you must find how much money you have access to, or how much you have. Now, some places that have money, National Housing Trust and the contribution refund towards deposit, not regular contributions, contribution refunds towards deposit, which is all the contributions you have made to the National Housing Trust up to 2 years when you apply.
Right.
Within 2 years of you applying. So therefore, now it's 2022. No, now it's 2023. So they're going to give you back all the contributions you made up to 2020, up to 2020 or 2021 for you to be able, for you to use it as part of a deposit. The NHT have a website now that you can log on to. And when you log in, so go to the NHT website, you'll see a section there that says log in to portal or whatever. If you don't sign up, get an account. Once you log in, it's going to show you how much contributions you have. It shows you every single cent that the people send to NHT for you.
Right.
The year and all of that, how much you must get refunded and all of that. So you can literally now know how much contribution refund towards the deposit you can get without even going to NHT, right? You also know how much you qualify for to under NHT using the same portal. It's right there in front of you. That is 6.5. Come July 1, it's going to be 7.5. So you have 7.5. You have access to $1 million in the bank. That's 8.5. So what you really need to start the next is to look for a property that's 8.5 or 7.5 or maybe even 9 because the rest of the money might come, right?
Right.
Money is also at your insurance company. So if you have insurance policy with dividends, right, on it, you can take that money off without paying it back. Call it dividends, right? Or cash value. So money is usually in those places. Money is also in these accounts that you're saving that you call children's saving. Now those are a complete waste of time. Me for tell you that. But you're not gonna believe me. The insurance people will come and sell them policy there, but me can't tell you them are rubbish. I bought one for Tonya when she was young, like 21 plus or something.
It was me or Rachel.
You.
Me.
I buy for Island Life 21, something another name. When she reached 21, the policy couldn't even buy bread.
Inflation.
When you cash it in, it couldn't even buy bread. Waste of time. So the curious them must peel. That's why I don't sell insurance. They must peel out these long things showing you, 20 years from now, you have how much millions and trillions of dollars. I can tell you, it won't be worth salt.
Might as well you buy a piece of land like in Palmetto Pines.
Yeah.
And pay a mortgage for 20 years on it. And then sell it back and send the child to college if you really want to.
If you really want to do that. That's what I'm telling you. That is what you do. Right? So instead of saying, you know, make a put on 60,000 upon the policy every month or 50,000 or whatever it is, you buy the Palmetto Pines and you pay the 60,000 every month. One thing, the Palmetto Pines land will be there 20 years from now. That me can guarantee. I know, because that's happened to me. Also, the Palmetto Pines land is insurable. So even if it is not there, let us say earthquake, flood, fire, burn up everything, and it's insurable. So you get back the cash. And it's insurable for the amount that is valued. So you have to make sure you increase the insurance, right? As the value goes up. Also, something like a Palmetto Pines land is the only real estate you can use to leverage up. So your 500,000 you have in the bank and you put it with the bank and say, all right, when Xander reach 20 and ready to go university, you know, this 500,000 will now be worth 15 million. And I'm telling you, no. First of all, you're going to spend all the money. Almost every month, you know the 500,000 that something come up. Oh, I'm going to borrow 50,000.
Or family need to borrow it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to borrow. You're supposed to be adding 60,000 to that every month, right? But you don't.
Yeah.
Because life happens. But when you're paying this mortgage, you know, it's either do or die, you know. You find the money. And if you don't find the money, guess what? By the time you can't find the money, price of the property raise. They're going to sell your auction you anyway, but guess what? You still have to make money. Yeah. Because by that time, the property value more. So they're going to sell it for more money. And because you have equity, or you have the right of redemption, you have the right to redeem your equity, you will get. So let us say you really spent 6.5, you deposited 5% on the property, which is, somebody do the maths, is that 325,000. Yeah, the math's good enough. So you deposit 300 and some thousand. The bank loan you the rest, 6 point something million. You pay your 50,000 mortgage. Tony, maybe we should bring up a loan amortization. You're paying your mortgage, right? Your mortgage is X every month. By the time it get to year 5, oh, life happened. Or by the time the developer stop and finish the development, by this time it look new now. New road, new everything, yeah. So put in 6 million. Let us say deposit 5 million. Let's say deposit 500,000. So it's 6.5. So somebody asked a question. What was the question? How you start? So I've been telling you how you start. Figure out how much money you have in your pocket to spend first and foremost. You don't want you looking at real estate that you cannot afford. You get frustrated. All right, they will give you a 30-year mortgage or a 40-year, depending on your age. So you get a 30-year. Interest rate is at, no, interest rate about 8.5. So this is what did a bank loan. We're going to show you with the NHT. Calculate, and you're going to pay back, just as I said, 50,000 a month. That is if you get a 30-year mortgage. So you're going to pay back 50,000 a month, right? You're going to pay that for 30 years. And I can guarantee you at the end of 30 years, the property value more than $6.5 million. Anyway, you can sell it, send the child to the university. Which is what I did with another piece of land that I did at Newport. Sold it, but I actually didn't spend the money sending Rachel to university. I used the money on buying another property. Because by that time, I had more money, so I could have really use the cash and send her. But that's what you do, right? So that's the first step. Figure out how much money you have. If you're relying on a loan, you're going to check in with the banks to see how much they will lend. Then you put that together, you know how much in all you have now. And then you start to hunt. Now, we all know that location is king when it comes to real estate. You know what I found? A country like Jamaica, when real estate move, every piece of real estate move. Them tell me when I just started real estate, oh, Waterford are the worst place. Every time when we get a Waterford, somebody I go ball out. No, sir. Them people that Waterford are bad people. You got to be kidding me right now. Waterford are some of the best roads in the entire Portmore. I'm need to tell you now. When I go in Waterford, I know I'm not dropping on a pothole, right? The people in Waterford also take care of their houses, right? So they have kept their values up. I just sold a Waterford for 10 million. So people are trying to sell now for 12 million. Just imagine when NHT raised to 15 million.
And you know what? I'm surprised. Waterford is one of the few communities we can put a real estate sign in.
Yeah, and nobody steals it.
And nobody steals it.
I kid you not. I can put down my sign with my picture in Waterford. 2-3 years, it is there. Some community put on what sign and go back and see it.
I know the next day it's gone.
I put a sign at Vineyard Town. It gone. Seriously.
I know.
You know? And when I step into Waterford, I have no fear. I drive in there. I love stop at cook shop. My driver used to say, Miss D, I eat out of everybody pot. Yes, that is me. Eat out of everybody pot. I stop, I buy my breakfast. I can go as early as 6 o'clock in Waterford and get breakfast. And I can go as late as 11 p.m. and get dinner. No, that's a community that's happy, right? So
for persons who don't like to cook, Waterford is the community you need to live in.
Yeah, like me, I don't like to cook. Yeah, I probably should move there. And guess what? The food cheap. Kid you not. You can take $1,000 and get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna say, she only give me 6.5. Miss D, only 7 million are qualified for only 8. Can't find nothing to buy. That's not true. There are lots of things you can buy. But you're going to let the window pass you. You're going to let that window open and close. In other words, the window is there enough for you to go through, but a lot of you will let it pass because you're looking for that perfect house, that perfect husband, that perfect university degree. There is no such thing. No such thing. You have to buy what you can afford until you can afford what you want. That's how it works. Buy what you can afford until I give you another gem. I say I'll only give you 1 gem every week, you know. Today I gave you 2. Buy what you can afford until you can afford what you want. That's the key with the real estate, because when you buy this full real estate, as you call it, inflation will carry it. Because inflation will carry it, it also will carry your money with it. The value of your money is being preserved and expanding. Because the truth is, the real estate price moves faster than inflation. So I'm going to tell you, say inflation is at 6 or 7%. Real estate price is going to jump all 100% before you blink. You understand what I'm saying? You don't believe me? Believe me. That's how it is. I spent so long answering one question.
Cheesy Gully Side wants to know, how do you feel about over leverage with using your own home to get another house?
Personally, I don't do that. I prefer to buy a second house and let that house stand its own leverage. Let that second house, I mean, worse if you finish paying for the mortgage, unless you really don't want the property. And if you don't want the property, just sell it, add it to the money, and buy a different place. Right? Now, if the property is one that earns an income, some persons will take a chance. So if it's a rental income property, some persons will leverage that property, make the rent pay for it. But make sure that debt service ratio and that is not too high. So in other words, if the mortgage is 100,000, you cannot be collecting 100,000 in rent. You understand? The mortgage must be like 50,000, you collect 100,000. And it cannot be one tenant either. It must be more than one tenant. So that if one tenant drop out, at least you have the rent from the next one to back up this mortgage. Right? It's a tricky thing. I don't do it because I know what is coming. Inflation is coming. Sickness is coming. Losing your work coming. Having 2 grandchildren coming. That's even here now. Right? And with all of that coming, the expenses, the sickness coming, all of that. The banks rely on that, you know. So they rely on the fact that, she only were able to pay this mortgage for 5 years at best. By the 6th and 7th year, the economy are going to start change and shift and all kind of things like that. You're going to lose the property if you do too much fancy things. So what I always say, buy the one little property, buckle down, right? The inflation is going to carry you. So you are going to be getting a pay increase. Yes, that's how it is. The mortgage are going to be the same. When I just started out in the first mortgage, it was 1,500. I was getting 2,000 a month, and the mortgage was 1,500. I would not have qualified for the mortgage, but a gentleman, a very good gentleman, Richard Graham, co-signed the loan for me, and I got the loan. I struggled to pay the mortgage. First year, from day one, I struggle. But I'm a soldier, I tell you. If anybody going to get through, that is me. Because I am not giving up. Not giving up. So, I sell sweetie, I sell stocking, I do all kind of things. I sell fabric. Me and Tony, I cut up fabric how much it was a night. I go out early for sell the fabric, get it back, and all kind of gymnastics. Remember, Tony?
Yeah, I remember.
So,
but looking back, it just felt like the normal thing to do.
Yeah, at the time, no,
Yeah.
It doesn't seem difficult once you're in it. You just do it. That's a natural part of life. So
the struggle only hard when you're looking on the outside of it.
When you're looking in, when you're outside looking in.
Yeah.
But when you're in it, it's not hard.
No, it just feels like something you need to do, and you just do it.
Yeah. That's true. It's because you're busy surviving.
Yeah.
So you're just doing what you have to do to survive. But it's when you're outside of it and you look back, you say, hold on, did you really do all of that? How did I do all of that?
It's a process of like getting your first home. Like on the outside, the struggle looks hard. How do I get qualified? How do I pay this mortgage every month? How do I find the house that I want? But if you just dive in and you just do the steps that someone like Miss Davis tells you to do, it just feels like rote that you're going through.
Yeah, you just chuck off. You just chuck off. You just chuck off in it. Which is what I tell my new real estate agents. I said, listen, the only way you're going to learn this work is if you go buy a house for yourself. That's it. That's how you're going to learn the steps. Go through it yourself, right? You are talking to people about them buying house from you and you don't own a house. How that work? How does that work? I'm selling these clothes. Or even when I used to even sell jewelry, guys. I think this is one of the jewelry I used to sell,
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this is one of my jewelry that I used to sell. Oh, me I sell jewelry, I'm not wear the jewelry. Oh, me I sell clothes, I'm not wear the clothes. It's like Emmanuel that I shop at what the plaza the name? It's on Constant Spring Road. I don't remember. Emmanuel Boutique. Nice lady. When I go in there, I said, whoa, nice clothes. You have any more? She said, yes, I have the color and whatever. She wearing the clothes that she selling. Right, So on earth, you're going to sell house and you know what else. So I always say the first thing I said to them, you have to go through this process and buy yourself a house. I don't care what it is or how much you're earning. Find something for the price, right? And go buy it. No. Some of you to think that the first house is the last house. It don't have to be. You buy the house, you don't like it, sell it, man, and move on.
If you buy the house at 60, though, it's going to be a last house. So Staffy Anderson says, I'm finding there's an increasing number of older persons in their 60s and 70s who are homeless, and we're all living longer. Secure your own future, as no one will do it for you. Exactly.
Like it's true, Staffy. Nobody. And I can tell you, if you have children, if you have a property, if you get them to come and visit you, you're lucky. You must have been a very extraordinary mother. Because them people never turn them back. That's how they are. You understand? And another thing I'll tell you, when you're on the house journey, stop looking for house and you want a million children. Just stop. If the house that you can afford only comes with one room and a bathroom and a little place to put your fridge and your stove, go and buy it. Pack up all 10 picnic in it with yourself. It's better you have a roof over your head than none. All right? You have got to understand. If you cannot buy a house for yourself and put a roof over your head, I don't think you won't buy it for no picnic. So you really need to stop thinking about them. You must put a roof over your head first, and then we have a roof over your head. That's how I always look at it. So anywhere I live, my children will have somewhere to live. It don't matter if it's one room, guys. It don't matter. So stop thinking about Mary, Tom, Sue, and what the neighbor gonna say when she see you with 3 bed in the house. That's not relevant. I've rented the Chinese with 10 of them in a one room. They don't care. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Jamaicans, you have to get that thing out of your head. Get it out of your head. You have 4 kids, 5 children. So what? No matter your picnic, it no matter.
Just put bunk bed.
What kind of bunk bed? Put a mattress on the floor, everybody roll. When you drop on the floor, you stay there for the night. That's it. You don't need no bed. Or you can have some mats. What the Chinese, I'm telling you, I'm watching of Korean showing and Chinese showing up.
Mm-hmm.
You roll out the mat them. If I one room, when time for sleep, roll out everybody mat.
Yeah, you really don't need this whole furniture.
No, you don't.
Furniture just give more things to go move and more dust.
Yeah, when morning come, roll up the mat and there you have your living room. Now you watch TV, you do, all kind of things. So, listen to me. If the 6.5 and the 7.5 NHT are big enough to come for them money, they literally are big enough.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I go for the money, man. People, that's why NHT can't give the government the money for go spend, because you don't want it. You don't want it. You have another question? So I hope I answered the question. That's how you start.
Of questions.
Wait, Tony. Oh, you have to say that.
Miss Davis, this is Jamrock asking, if a person is buying a house, can they use an expired sale agreement?
Expired? No. You can't use any agreement that's expired to do anything. No matter what the agreement is. Mm-hmm. If it expires, it expires. You have to get an extension on the agreement.
Which a lawyer can do.
You have to get an extension.
Jamak also wants to know, how long is the process to get a mortgage from NHD?
That process is not long. Once you sit in front of NHD with every document that they ask on, that is a long list.
It's not that long.
I'm wondering when that list is going to be reduced.
It's not. She's over exaggerating.
NHD, first of all, the massive 2 ID. Then the massive picture on top of the 2 ID.
Yes.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, but it's here's the thing. The list is long, but it's not impossible to get the items on the list.
Yeah.
If you just take one day, you can literally get all the items
on the list. True. It's just a tedious process. I've been through it 3 times, myself and my 2 daughters. So I've been through it with them 2-3 times as the one who did it. And I find that loan process so tedious.
I actually like having the NHT list. It really tells you exactly what you need to get to them on the day. So when you sit in front of them, they write a commitment letter.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
That's true. So I'm a guru with that. I'm not going without everything on the list because I know that I'm not going back. You get the list completed, call them up, they'll give an appointment. You go in front of them, that very day they're giving you the commitment letter. You don't need to go back.
Right. And half the things on the list are not self-generating things. It's things that the attorney who's experienced is going to give you. The survey and the value who are experienced is going to give you. Mm-hmm. The only little things that you need to get is your ID, your TRN, your payslip, your job letter. Those little teeny things that you already have access to them because every government agency in Jamaica you got to ask you for them anyway.
And I don't think them will need that no more because them seem to be online.
Mm-hmm.
Them now can generate your eligibility letter online.
Right.
So them supposed to know your income. Unless, of course, you have other income where you're going to declare. But it's based on that income that anyway them out here.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's based on that income that you tell them that you're paying NHC contributions on, them go and give you the loan. Right. It's only if you're getting a scheme house and you want more than the 6.5 or the 7.5.
Okay.
So some of the scheme houses them give 100% financing.
Okay.
All right. So NHT is a 1-day thing. It's not nothing difficult, but just the list. Just prepare for going.
Yeah, just print the list and have a folder and just as you get the item, just put it in there and take it off the list.
Mm-hmm.
Future was asking what the house designs look like for Palmetto Pines.
This is it. So they're still working on that. I saw some of the designs. I made some suggestions as to what I think needs to be changed. So they have changed some of those, but we're still going through the process with it. I tend to be a little stickler when it comes to design. Maybe because I've done so many houses from blueprint that I kind of know what happens. Some persons can't imagine what the house will look like, but I can because my brain is trained that way, right? So I know that I want to give a good design. In other words, if I'm saying to you, this is the land, here's the design, I want you to be motivated. I want you to be blown out of the sky and you want to build this house. This house is so pretty. It is just, Tony, you really want to build it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you already have the money, but you really want to build it. And you can't see yourself living there. That's what we're aiming for. So yes, you will get good designs. The 3,000 square foot lot. 3,000 to 5,999. 6,000 above, you design your own house, build your own sewage and all of that.
Stephanie wants to know, Ms. D, do you think the North Coast highway expansion to 4 lanes will affect house prices? The scale of the work is enormous and the anticipated traffic scares me. From Ochi to Priory is awful now.
That traffic not awful, man. That's not traffic yet. Wait till them dig up the road. That's not traffic in a Safi. You see, because there is no alternate way for you to get from Ocharias to Mobile, there's no alternate road enough. You have to drive on that. No, you have to drive on the road there. You have to drive on. No, you can't go hilltop. But where you going to end up? You're going to end up Mandeville. You can't drive through some place. Like, if you come from Kingston, you can drop out at St. Anne's Bay.
But we're talking about Ochi.
Yeah, you can drop on the Ochi. Depends on where you're going. But you're talking about Ochi to Mobile. Driving through the hills doesn't make no sense. You have to sit down in the traffic. Safi, I've been through roadworks for Mandela Highway. Awful.
Constant
Spring Road, Barbican Road.
And those have alternates.
You know, you have to drive on it. But you see this, brace yourself.
Or
by that time,
from home.
The good thing for me, by that time I'll be in Portland doing that subdivision. So I'm not venturing on that North Coast. But those of you doing business on the North Coast, the Airbnbs, the hotel workers, the hotels. What is happening now? I went to Portland the other day. Tony, she sent me out there for a look on a property. I tell you, I regret the day I jumped in a car and drive out.
I didn't go to Portland. I went to St. Thomas.
No, I went to Portland. Remember to look at a property. I went in from Ottawa side. I went to Portland.
Oh,
forget what the place name. Awful. Oh, something mashed up in my front end. I don't even fix it yet. I hope it's at my controller. But I hear something around there under there flopping. The way my vex, but I don't reach for the stand yet. The taxi man them have shot past you, but the road mash up. Every hotel and property, the full of dirt, dust. I don't even think they're doing any business, to be honest. I don't think they're doing any business. But the North Coast has been through this already. Now, remember, I think it's 2008, 2010. Remember, they did that whole road improvement. That's why the North Coast roads are pretty. Because they actually did it already.
I don't get it. Why they never just do it good one time?
I tell you. So, when it is over, though, which is why the properties I have on the North Coast I'm not selling. If I don't have to. Sometimes you have to sell a property. You're not a choice, right? But Safi, what I can say is when it is over, property values will be through the roof. I've seen it happen in St. Andrew, where they have now fixed Constant Spring Road, they have fixed Barbican Road, Channel Road and fixed 3 Mile, Ugly Park Road. You can't buy real estate on those roads again. The average person can't.
Other persons when Mandela properties were reasonable, look at them now.
Which Mandela? Where in Mandela?
Where Hydel is.
Aura, you can't buy them now.
No.
Can't buy all the swampland now turn gold.
Mhm.
You can't buy that now. So the development is going to be a challenge. I would say brace yourself. I would say to yourself, this too shall end. You have traffic now from Priory. Well, when we reach Priory, the traffic finish actually. Because I have to go to Discovery Bay. Once I reach Priory, traffic finish. But I'm usually sitting in this traffic from it usually start like Mommy Bay or little beyond Ocho Rios.
Mhm.
It usually start there. So Ocho Rios, Mommy Bay, Draxall, St. Anne's Bay to Prairie. Usually you're struggling. And taximan never make 3 lane anyway. But I'm sure the government of Jamaica will try and manage it because we have major players on that stretch. I mean, major players. Them cannot fool around on that stretch. It's not like Portland. Portland have some players too, but not like North Coast. North Coast have big Sandals, Rio, and all of those people. So that alone, you see, they have to manage the traffic properly. Plus, remember, we have the entertainment belt of Miami Bay now. We also have the entertainment belt out in Draxall, heading out to Prairie. The whole of that now is an entertainment belt. So our government, they have to manage that properly. Them can't do the rubbish like what I see them do in St. Thomas and Portland. Where them dig up the hole everywhere, dig up everywhere look like dirt track and whatever. Them can't do that there. So they cannot. If they do that on the North Coast, they will be shooting themselves in the foot. Sandals just opened a pretty hotel. The front pretty. I need to book myself in there. I need to find somebody who will sponsor me, booking me there. Come here, Sam was a $400 night.
So just spend one night.
One night. $400 my deposit for my Palmetto Pines. How much are 400 US? I'm a deposit for my Palmetto Pines. Till me can take that Gary sandals. No, I'm gonna win that.
Okay, let's go on to the other questions.
So what's the other question? So yes, we have problems on that side.
And let's go through the questions a little faster. We have 10 minutes left.
10 minutes left? Whoa.
Rio, how do you negotiate? What happened is that you spend so much time on these questions, we have to create a whole segment just to lavish with Miss Davis. All right, Rio wants to know, how do you negotiate with a realtor once the place is listed? Are realtors willing to allow potential buyers to do their own valuation of a property?
Yeah, the realtor can't stop it from no valuation. But is at your cost.
And usually you do a valuation.
Yeah. You're gonna do a valuation as a buyer now. But most buyers choose to do that valuation after they have negotiated the price, signed the sale agreement, and the seller has signed the sale agreement.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose to do it before you go through that activity, then fine. Nothing stopping you from doing a valuation of property and a survey if you want to.
Right.
But just be careful you don't get a bad valuation.
Right.
Because I've had, where was I selling? I'm trying to remember. And they came back. So I don't remember. Is it those? I can't remember the price. So I was selling the place for X. And the lady come up with a value for Y. I said, no, man. I said, you get a bad valuation. I said, you get a bad valuation. This is the price of this property and it's more than worth it. Because having done the comparisons, you realize what the other places were selling for in the area, in the same plaza. Mm-hmm. I said, no, you get a bad valuation. Of course, she never believed that. She believed our value as something. Sell it to somebody else. Mm-hmm. A cash buyer came and sold it for the same exact price. Never ever dropped price.
Okay.
So yes, you can go ahead and get your own valuation. But just tell us the reality you want to do that. But remember, it's your own cost at your own risk. At the time you might spend to get valuation done, another buyer come put up the money. But the realtor is not under any obligation to you while you decide to go and get a valuation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next question.
Kenya. Oh, Shani says, "Hi, I'm from France. Happy you're back.
Welcome.
Uplifting. Nice. Thank you.
France, all the way. I hope you're getting ready to invest in Jamaica.
How do you pronounce K-W-A-N-A? Kwana?
Where is it?
K-W-A-N-A.
I would say Kwana.
Kwana. Okay, Kwana says, hi, Claudia and Tony. Did you say that the starting price for these homes is 6.5 for 2 bedrooms? Clarify, please. No, it's
No,
residential lots.
it's lots we're selling, land, as in house lots, not houses. You go and build your own house. Just I want to give you some designs to choose from.
Right.
So 6.5 for the land, 3,000 square feet.
Dwayne.
And remember, it's gonna be gated. Gonna have a bossy entrance. All of them things that sell place, you know. Remember that. All of them something that sell place.
Dwayne wants to know, ladies, what are your thoughts on these container homes on sale from KLC versus block and mortar? Thanks.
Block and mortar work out to the same price or a little less.
If you own the land that you're putting the house on, use block and steel. Yeah. If you're leasing or renting the land, then yes, you can go ahead and put a container.
Yeah, but a container, well, it's not really a caveat, but as Tony said, if you own the land, use a block and steel, because watch now. So the container is 8 by 4, 8 by 20, let us say 8 by 20. That's 160 square feet. Building now is at 15,000 square feet. 2.4 million is going to cost it to build the same size container.
But not even that. When you put block and steel on a piece of land, it immediately improves the value of the land, especially if you've completed that block and steel. Yeah, the container is going to be deteriorating after a few years. The block and steel is going to go up in value.
Yeah, I don't see you putting on the container home on a permanent piece of land, and you're getting back more than the value of the land when you're ready to sell. No, they're not going to take the container home into consideration. They're going to say, oh, this is a deteriorating. In other words, the valuer at the time will have to value the land and the building that's on it. So usually they will give the building a value. Well, I really don't know if they're going to come up with a sensible value for a container.
They can give container value, but the lifespan of the container,
the lifespan is going to reduce. So then we tell you, oh, this house have still a 50 years life. Don't know if you're going to get that on a container. So if you own the land, go with a block and steel. If you only have 2.4 million, only build something that is 8 feet by 20 feet, just like the size of the container, and you should be okay.
Sophie wants to know, is it better to buy a house for the child and rent it out? That would prove more beneficial in the future.
Yes, definitely. Buy a house for the child and rent it out. Yeah. If you have the money, buy it and rent it out. Yeah, man. That child will thank you later on. As long as them don't come sell it. Well, I can't sell it, but sell it to move into a different kind of real estate. Yeah.
Mark Dixon is asking, I live a foreign. I want to buy one of these lots. How much do I need to put down?
The deposit is 5%.
5% of the 6.5.
Yeah. So mark your family in Spanish Town or wherever. Let them contact me so that we can show them where the property is. You're going to be seeing some drive-up videos soon too. So you'll have an idea of where we drive and how the place stays and so on. We just don't bring those out yet. But we're bringing them out between this week and next week, you'll see. All of those videos are going to be rolling out.
Claudia says, good evening, ladies. I always look forward to watching and learning from you ladies. Such good motivators. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you, Claudia.
Staffy says, I heard Gore bought land in Runaway Bay. The road by the taxi stand at the lights going down Lakeside. You know about that? Oh, that big building, that's what they own.
I wonder if them own it for true. That land used to belong to
Is HAJ?
No, the pension fund.
Pension fund.
No, I forgot fast in other business. Go look on this and see if the land I say.
How are you gonna fast in there?
Go for Arid. Go for NLA. Remember check some.
I forgot that we have that other figure things in there.
Yeah, remember go check it. Them bite, Runaway Bay. Jeez, I'm look how I sell a land on the road. Man. My God, I tell you, sometimes I could have beat myself, you know.
Come, let's not cry about spilled milk.
More than spilled milk, Tony. This is a aisle tanker spill.
Where is Runaway Bay?
Salem. Salem she's talking about.
Salem, I know, no way, babe.
That look like the road, man. Let's keep going. Can they see your screen?
Oh, no, not yet. Hold on.
Hold on, Tony, going to share the screen. What are we being? You know, holy man. Let me see. On the land now.
This is Ricketts Avenue, so it's further down, yeah?
Type in, I wonder if Lakeside View the on the map yet. We need a police station. No, the police station, they're the other end. We need Sharkies.
How are we going to find Sharkies on this?
You know, I'll find Sharkies so easy, man.
Hold on, we'll find a taxi stand. Okay, so this is the hotel. Which other hotel is this?
Did that look like Grand Bahai? Grand Bahai, that?
That's before or after Salem?
No, that's before.
That means it is coming down. Coming down.
No, this look like Discovery Bay now. This look like a Ghana Camelot. It's a Camelot.
Okay, so it's back this
side.
side.
That side. So it is the, let me see, Camelot, you remember Oliver Woodland. Which hotel that?
This is the police station.
That's a police station. So hold on, let me see. We're too far, so go back. When I reach a police station, okay. Go back. You have the dump, you have the beach. Let me see the shoreline.
The taxi stand should be pretty easy to find, though.
You need to
open. So the taxi stand here.
Open the map.
So this is the land.
This is a land. All right. Let me see that land, you know. We want it. The transfer already. 2 Landover Estate it name. All right. Still see the screen?
Well, maybe not this screen. I only see the map screen.
What happened here? Am I losing? Oh, this is it. How do you get back to live?
Just click it.
Click here. Where I click? I clicked it and I see everything.
So load, man.
So from the phone is in the back.
No, it still says Commissions of Land.
So Commissioner of Lands owns it, which is a government right now.
They don't.
So if they bought the land, they haven't transferred it yet.
So we can always check it back in another month and see.
Yeah. I'm going to swear the land belongs to pension fund.
Or maybe they're under some negotiations with them to develop it. And then share the profits. It would be nice if this was their development, though.
It's right on the main.
I would change the face of right here, which is kind of barren.
Scroll up. Yeah, I notice I want to listen live. So, no, I want to see Lakeside View. You know, I knew this land was prime for development, you know. Because I said, how can this? But I thought it was a pension fund who owned it. So this is Lakeside View here. Show them. I think that's Lakeside View.
Yes, it is.
So that's what we're selling. Started at 200,000 for the 2-bed. Now at 350,000. Go down some more. And just down the road is this property that I sold for a little bit of money. Everything relative. No, at the time it was valued 12 million. Sold it for 14 million. Actually sold it for more.
Yeah, so, but at the time, 14 million was a little bit of money.
It was a lot of money. You see how things relative to time?
Mm-hmm.
And yet, see the land you're talking about across the street. Show them. So the land you're talking about is over here. You can't show me the mouse. That's the land you're asking me about right here. That's the one we just checked, and it's with the Commissioner of Land still, which is a Jamaica, meaning Jamaica government owns it, right? So maybe Gore's in negotiation to get that land vision.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know why, because Jamaica government could develop that themselves and sell it.
Yeah, but that would probably
Using
take too
Housing
long.
Agency of Jamaica.
And it probably would take too long. Might as well let's sell it. Gore could have turned it around faster.
Yeah, but that's something to look out for.
Mm.
That means if Gore come there, I forget one. That's a nice property, guys. Drive past it every day. Every day. Literally every day I drive past it. All right. So
Rhea wants to know how do you know if a house listed on the market was built by NHT? You would have needed to know if it was an NHT original scheme. But the title would have told you.
The title would tell you. It's an NHT scheme, but the very first thing on the top it will tell you. Usually says which development company built it. So the title is usually, they don't change the title and just add things to the title. So you can actually look at the title and know the history. It will be there. So you can buy the title from nla.gov.jm for $500 if you know the volume of folio. If you don't know the volume of folio and you have to look it up, it's $800. So buy the title, nla.gov.jm. That's the website we just went on to, actually. Tony, can I show them how to buy the title? It's still up?
I'd have to check.
Or maybe we'll do it next week. We can do it over time. You have another question?
Yeah, tons of questions.
Oh, no. I have 3 houses and building in Palm Brook. That's who?
Shani.
Shani. Right. Good, Shani. Keep going.
I lost it.
Congratulations. Keep going. So you have figured out how to do it. You see, when you buy the first one, the rest of them easy. Trust me.
Okay. Look like we run out of questions. Okay. Oh, Birdie says, thank you both for your expertise on how to get on the housing ladder. Your program is very informative. Keep on teaching Jamaican on the road to success. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks, Birdie.
Thanks, Birdie.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, you made it.
That's it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We have another meeting at 6 o'clock, so we're going to get some dinner and then get into that. But thank you so much. These sessions help us as much as they help you, because in doing the research, we learn things, right? And then also you just telling me, giving me information. We also learn things, because it's actually on this channel to actually learn about Camelot and Gore. And now I'm learning that they're going to run away big. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. We do learn a lot from all of you as well. I will learn about the challenges. I will learn from you what is keeping you back, and we also try to help you to move forward with whatever it is that's keeping you back. Because remember, each one teach one, each one helps one. That's how it works. Nobody's an island.
Right, and that brings me to this little note here that if our channel has helped you to realize your real estate goals and you'd like to give a testimonial on this medium, please feel free to click this link, fill out your contact details, and we'll communicate with you on when you can be on the program with us.
Right. Because sometimes it's through you telling somebody about your journey, what you had to do to overcome certain things. It will help somebody else. Some persons just need to know somebody else do it, or somebody is going through the struggle, and that they can do it as well. A lot of Jamaicans think that they can't own a home, but that's not true. Mm-hmm. That's not true. There's a house for everybody. You just have to find it and put your name on it. So ladies and gentlemen, remember the Palmetto Pines, and remember to like the video too. Like, share, and subscribe. Tony, I keep forgetting to say that.
What most important, instead of just liking it too, if you share the link to this video to your friends and family, so that more persons can have access to the same wonderful content that you receive on Sundays.
Right. All right. So is that it now?
Yeah, that's it.
So the link has been off long enough. You think they would have been able to grab it already?
Yes, it's gonna be there forever.
Right here. So
Yeah, because right after we log off, it goes live on YouTube.
Oh, I still don't know how this thing works. All right, so everybody, thank you so much. Have a beautiful Sunday. I know some of you waiting to get to your Sunday dinner like myself here now. All right, so we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.